Hey guys, All in Crypto here and welcome back ladies and gentlemen for another YouTube video. I hope you've all had a fantastic week so far. Today guys, we're going to give you a short and sweet Cardano update because you will notice that the market is selling off and there are still some of you out there with little faith in the cryptocurrency space. We're going to be talking about a number of things in this video. Do not fear, All in Crypto is here. Today guys, I'm really going to be putting a lot of people's minds at ease because whenever we get a sell-off, I get the same people message me. I get the same people that keep, every time there's any kind of a negative move in these markets, you know, get kind of shaken out and rattled around with the markets. And the reason for this is because they don't really know what they're investing in, or they haven't quite come to grips with what's going on here. There is a technological revolution taking place and cryptocurrencies are at the helm of that, and they're going to do very well as a result. Now, of course, the market has sold off, guys, and we're going to go over a number of things in this video, like where you are and where you're going. We're going to look at Bitcoin, of course. I'm also going to be showing you a historical snapshot from, this is really the peak for some of the altcoins. This was in 2018. I can go back to 2017. These are CoinMarketCap's historical snapshots. And you can see here, Ethereum's at nearly $111 billion. And in actual fact, I think it went up to around about $145 billion. You know, that was in 2017 with a significantly smaller market. I happen to believe that ADA is not only going to get there, but go beyond it in terms of market cap. And we're going to see that $7 to $10 price range for Cardano in a very short period of time, guys. Within 6 months, I believe this could happen. I'm going to talk to you about it all in this video because, like I say, there's many people out there that have very little faith in the crypto space. Yesterday, for those of you who aren't following me on Twitter, guys, go and give @RealAllInCrypto a follow. I tweeted this: Cardano ADA, the gift that keeps on giving. Isn't it funny how we only really appreciate these gains because of the brutal sell-off we saw the markets go through? Enjoy the good times because there will be bad times, but those bad times make the good times so good. And it's important to remember that markets do not just go up in one direction, you know, and this is part of a healthy growth for markets. You guys know that we follow something or subscribe to Elliott wave theory. We think markets move in a wave-like structure. We're going to be talking about, because in terms of, you know, you guys know where we are in terms of Cardano. You're on your fifth and potentially final wave of this bull run before we see any kind of or before we see a correction. And I actually think you've only just potentially made your one wave going into your two wave, and I'm going to show you that on the charts and give you, it's really going to give a lot of you a kind of idea of where this is going. So we're going to get into it, guys. Let's not waste any more time. This is just a short and sweet update. Lots on my plate today, guys, so I'm going to fly through everything. So this, of course, is Cardano. We can see that we've sold off. I think we're around about 10% down from this local high. Yeah, around about 10% down, and people are worrying. Guys, things look absolutely healthy. You know, this is how markets move, ladies and gentlemen. And ultimately, you know, I think potentially in September you could see a bit of a sell-off. Let me just switch before we go into the more immediate time frame. You know, when we talk about Elliott wave theory, you know, this is our Elliott wave theory mapped out with your fifth and final wave going towards your $7 to $10 price range. And right here, guys, is all you've done. Now let me show you the one wave and show you the similarities. Can you see this one wave? You came back, you had your pullback, and there's 3 waves within each wave, and that works both to the upside and downside. Can you see this is your 2 wave? So that was your 1 wave. This is your 2 wave. Can you see this? What happens? And you're printing the exact same structure today, ladies and gentlemen, before we get continuation and we enter the 3rd wave within our 5 wave macro kind of Elliott structure theory. And that's essentially, you've got this to come, guys. You've only just embarked on your 1st wave. Your 3rd wave is going to be significantly more parabolic. Ultimately, you guys know that we actually think Cardano stands a very, very good chance, and we got very, very close to it. I think we went to nearly $3, so it would have only been a 25% gain for us to actually get to $4. You know, we're very, very close to it. You guys know that we actually have set out, based on the Alonzo hard forks and looking at prior hard forks and how the price action kind of went, a price target of around about $4 to $5, because this is the most significant hard fork that Cardano has perhaps gone through. Also want to point something else out to you guys, and that's something called a bull cross. Can you see here when your 50 EMA actually comes above your 20 EMA? Can you see you did this just here? Right around where we are today on our Elliott wave theory, you know, your 1 wave into your 2 wave. Can you see what's happening today, ladies and gentlemen? You're about to form another one right as your potential 1 wave enters your 2 wave before you get your 3 wave, your 4th wave, and your 5th wave. I hope what I'm showing to you guys is making sense, because there are still people. I understand that many of you are new to the crypto space and don't quite know how these markets work. I've been here for 4 years now, guys, and studied these markets extensively. I keep referring you to this video. We spoke about Ethereum and at the start of the video and how it got to 144 or 145 billion dollars in terms of market cap back in 2017, when the space was significantly smaller. We didn't have people like Tesla involved. We didn't have Apple looking for, it was a significantly smaller space, and that got to that market cap back then. So I am here suggesting, and this is not financial advice, you guys know nothing I do or say on this channel is financial advice, that something like Cardano is not only going to get to a similar market cap to Ethereum back then, but actually go above and beyond. We didn't have things like grayscale. The market as a whole was significantly smaller. There wasn't the kind of adoption. We didn't have DeFi, etc., etc. It's a bigger market that we're playing with today. We know that based on the market caps. And I'm here essentially suggesting, and there is something called the law of diminishing returns, but it doesn't necessarily apply to this. Yes, you're not going to make the same sort of percentages in terms of going from a very small market cap to a big one. You're going to go from a medium size to a bigger size. And I think that could actually take towards $10 trillion in terms of market cap. So nearly a 5x in terms of market cap from where we are today. And this is what I'm trying to highlight, guys. There's a lot of money that can flow into this space in a very short period of time. It just needs a couple of big events to kick off. And you guys know we follow the Bitcoin 4-year cycle theory, and think we're still playing out in a similar fashion to 2017. And essentially, you are just here, guys. You've had your first significant pullback. You're recovering from it. This is September. Lots of people calling because the past sort of 4 Septembers have been typically, there's been a sell-off in the market. But ultimately, guys, you then get your kind of run-off parabolic stage towards the end of the year. Remember, people are still on holiday. Some people are still on holiday, and ultimately, markets tend to go a bit low volume over summer, and we're yet to see people come back from winter and get behind their kind of trading screens. And we think and I keep reiterating this to people, the same for the exact same reason. Yesterday I was looking at the charts and I kind of thought, it's looking, and it certainly did look. You are going to get. This market can't just keep going up like that. That would be extremely unhealthy and would signal a blow off top. What Cardano is actually doing right now, guys, is setting up perfectly healthy structure for more continuation. It can actually go lower than this. But if you fail this EMA, and you guys know who've been following me for a while, that these EMAs in an uptrending market, we had that bullish trend reversal pattern, the falling wedge that we broke out of, which signaled a trend reversal. These EMAs will actually, the 20 certainly will act as support along the way. That's certainly the case in an uptrend, and in a downtrend it acts as resistance, and that's exactly what the EMA is doing today, guys. And you can see you can actually fall down. If you fail this, target this this area here, guys, because not only would that be and you do seem to be having some pretty good support here, but that would be the test of your previous all-time highs, and that would see more continuation. And that's the direction we think this market is going in. And I really want to reiterate that. And like I say, if you look at Elliott wave theory, you can see the waves within the waves, and ultimately, in regards to where we are now, your 1 wave perhaps going into your 2 before we see that 3rd wave, which is going to take Cardano possibly above and beyond $4 to $5. So there's nothing to worry about. I always see, like I say, I get the same messages every time the market sells off. People worrying, everyone's suffering with a bit of PTSD from what we've just currently gone through. But to me, if you zoom out and look at a macro view of things look absolutely beautiful, guys. Cryptocurrency is on a journey of adoption, and that hasn't stopped and isn't going to stop, or certainly is going to continue accelerating until we get to where we've got to go. If you look at the crypto space as a whole and the amount of people that actually use it, not hold it, it's exceptionally small. The amount of people that hold it is obviously a lot bigger than the people that use it, but the actual amount of crypto that's out there getting used is really small. And ultimately, right now, in regards to Bitcoin, guys, you're doing much and such of the same thing. Your holding structure, you've sold below this EMA here, but you are finding a little bit of support off this 50. And ultimately, your kind of previous local highs, and that's what you want, or your previous swing highs, and that's what you want to be kind of targeting, guys. So, like I say, I've been in the crypto space for that long now, guys, that I actually get more excited when the market goes down than up. The reason being is because I'm still in an accumulation game. I'm in a lot of small projects that we're going to start talking to you about on this channel. Once they've been audited and stuff like that, just because I don't want to kind of throw you into the lion's den. And pullbacks like this for me are a fantastic opportunity to be buying into a market, because you're in a bull market, and much the same as if you look at 2017, guys, and we'll do it on here. You'd have looked back at 2017 with hindsight, which is a beautiful thing that we wish we all had, and all of these dips you'd have just took as buying opportunities, and that's what I believe these dips are presenting today, guys. And we've not, you know, Cardano's down 10% and you've got people worrying. There's no need for it. We've got big news coming up. We've got the Japanese exchange listing. I think a Japanese exchange actually got hacked today. I was reading an article about. You know, this market's going to continue in the direction that we've set out for it. Now, can I be 100% certain of that? You can't be 100% certain of anything in life, but I'm as confident as I could be. Doesn't mean you should invest based on my confidence. You should go and you should look at these things for yourself and come up with your own analogy. So that's really all I have for you guys. I just thought it was an interesting video. Many of you out there, like I say, are kind of, you know, wanting a daily update in regards to what's happening or not happening with the price, and that's really where you are. It's potentially made your, can you see these red lines? We should have maybe made it a different colour so it didn't blend into the chart. Are the Elliott waves within the bigger kind of Elliott wave structure? And essentially you're just in your 1, potentially entering your 2 before you then get your 3rd. And this is all going to tie in nicely with the Alonso hard fork, which is 18 days away now, guys. We spoke to you in yesterday's video about the fact, and it was highlighted by a number of YouTubers, that September is a bit of a dumpy time for markets. It could indeed be, but ultimately I'm very confident that this year is going to end in fireworks. That's all I have for you in this video, guys. I'm going to love and leave you on that note. I hope you've all found the content informative, useful, entertaining, if nothing else. If you have, a like is always appreciated, so as a comment. Head over to my Twitter, @RealAllInCrypto. Get subscribed over there, or not subscribed, following over there, because we'll keep you up to date more regularly. And ultimately, guys, I'm not worried, and I don't think you have any reason to be either. Thanks a lot for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Have a fantastic evening.